All right, let's get back into it. Dr. Matuga, before I go back to, of course, Dr. Sarah Birete, the president, in fact, from, the X space is now going even further to town hall engagements, hoping this way then he can reach the grassroots further regionally. In your governance expertise perspective, is it just another way and style? Is it a campaign? Is it a reconciliation move? Is it even objective or subjective?
Anki, the problem that we have in this country is the problem of mistrust. There is less opportunity to actually convene truth and be able to sufficiently apply confidence so that whatever anybody says, you can trust. Mheshimiwa is here. He's in what he considers the opposition, even though there is no provision for that in the Constitution. There is no Constitution that says if you are in Wiper or if you are in Azimio, that you must be in opposition, that you must...
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
No, I'm very clear on that.
In the parliament, we do have minority and majority.
Yeah,
outside the parliament, you have an opposition.
But being minority doesn't mean that you're opposition.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, when the president set up his first government or his cabinet, didn't he have other parties even before forming of that government? So the fact that people in ODM, I mean members of parliament from ODM, have been nominated to serve in the cabinet does not mean that now opposition is being cannibalized. I mean, you can be in government, you can be even in cabinet, you should be able and be able to actually raise an issue if something is not going right. So just the fact that you're in government doesn't mean that you accept anything that is going wrong. And just the fact that you are in a minority party does not necessarily convert you to be an opposition person who basically opposes anything and everything. So let's be clear on what conversation that we are having. There is no law that prohibits President Ruto from appointing members from the minority parties into his government. And I want to also indicate here fairly clearly that, yes, there are issues that need to be canvassed, there are issues that need to be addressed. On the question that you've asked me, the president, in my view, as a Kenyan, he's making every effort to actually reach out. So that, because one of the things that we've been blaming him for is not listening, that you're not listening. This is what we are saying as Kenyans. This is what we are saying as Gen Z. And by the way, there's nothing new that Gen Z have brought to the table.
Is it?
No, there's nothing. There's completely nothing new that has been brought to the table.
I saw your post. I saw your post on Facebook.
I've been on your account. I've been on this show many times.
If you allow me, Doctor.
No, I know what you're going to talk about.
Yes, but you did see that.
But let me just finish my point.
Okay.
I've been on this show many times. There are a number of things that we have said. And these issues, be it corruption, be it cost of living, be it what we would consider as nepotism and all of that kind of stuff. These are issues that have always been there. The only thing that I can tell you that the Gen Zs have brought is the conversation of, okay, as we are here, we are not representing any tribe, because our conversations had revolved around tribal configurations. That is one thing that actually they brought. Because you realize that even Mheshimiwa here has been saying, oh, there's Aisha Jumwa and there is Joho, basically going into that same construct. There's Madi and Owalo going into that same construct. That is the conversation that Gen Z was saying, hey, that is, us, we don't care. We don't care which tribe you're from. We don't care where you're from. We don't care whether you're a Suba, Madi is a Suba, or you're a Luo, Owalo is a Luo, or you are... I don't know which tribe Joe is. Okay. But these are the issues, because all these issues affect us the same way it affects anybody, regardless of your tribe. So these issues are still there. And one thing that I haven't seen happening, at least the president dismissed his cabinet. Half of it is gone. But one thing that I haven't seen anything coming from Parliament.
All right.
Because remember, Parliament stands accused to date. In fact, I was thinking that Mweshimiya here would come and say, I offer my resignation because we have failed the country. Because it's Parliament that actually should, and regardless of your party as a legislator, regardless of your party, and it shouldn't be a party conversation, regardless of your party, you should hold the government accountable.
All right.
Because you basically exercise oversight. You legislate and offer oversight. And that is one thing that we were saying as Kenyans, and the Gen Zs were saying, and many people have said it before. This is not the first time that Parliament has been attacked. Of course, not to the extent that it was. But Kenyans have demonstrated, Kenyans have protested, and Kenyans have expressed many times that Parliament has failed them. Not this Parliament alone, but as several other parliaments. So that is one thing that actually needs to be addressed.
Let me cross over to Uganda and come back to you just shortly.